In today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my secret that made me really strong. And it was from one simple freeze, connecting it to other freezes. And that freeze is shoulder freeze. Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm AJ47 from Soul Mavericks Crew, London, England. The shoulder freeze is probably one of the best starting points to gain your strength because you have to push up to every other freeze. So you already start building that explosive plyometric pushing strength, which is what we need. So in this video, I'm going to briefly explain the key tips that you need, and then I'm going to show just the demonstrations afterwards of the freeze combos you guys could learn during this Christmas period to help maintain your strength. And it's a good little workout as well, especially if you do it enough. It will burn some serious calories and burn off that turkey fat. Without further ado, let's get into this tutorial. If you've never done a freeze combination before, which is going from one freeze to another freeze, then you need to listen to this part of the tutorial because I'm going to share with you some tips on how to use your hips and your arms at the same time. A lot of people, when they're starting out, first of all, sitting here, flex your heels so you're pointing your toes towards your knees. And many other dance styles always point their toes. So when it comes down to these kind of movements, they don't quite understand how to get that explosive power. We do this from like this kicking motion, yeah? So like if you've ever seen the UFC fighters when they're here on the floor and like they kick they're not trying to get them with their toe, they're getting them with their heel, right? So having said that, it's the same thing and you want to explode all at the same time, all right? So you're utilizing your concentric, which is your explosive, and then you're using your eccentric, which is the lowering part, down part. So that's usually what happens when and at speed, it's plyometric. So that's usually what happens when we're transitioning from one freeze to another. So I'll give you an example. Shoulder freeze to baby freeze, really simple, all right? Shoulder freeze. If I'm pointing my toes, I'm now using my knees and not my hips, and I'm gonna be wobbly. If I use my heels, I can easily lift off the ground. Okay, so the hips are really important and you have to explode at the same time. Try and keep your whole arm connected, well, for the shoulder freeze anyway, but you're wanting to explode at the same time. So you're contracting and you're expanding as fast as you can, and then you're bringing your weight down. So don't forget to then lower and control your weight down to the next freeze. If you're a super beginner and you've never gone from shoulder freeze to baby freeze before, I do reckon that you should try going from baby freeze to shoulder freeze first. When you're going down with gravity, these are called negatives, and these are a great way to build strength. I've mentioned this in my other videos of the super basics. If you haven't checked that out, click the card at the top here, and that will redirect you to that video. Negatives are easier to control on the way down, and when you reach your freeze, you want to contract and have this little bounce. You don't want to have one leg coming in and then the other leg coming in, unless you've got a lot of control, which is, you can change that later on stylistically, but for now, for beginning, all at the same time. So from here, I'll move, freeze. You see that? All at the same time. The strength given to you by pushing up from shoulder freeze will help you ultimately with many other combinations. If you think about it, when you roll backwards, you're pretty much ending up in a shoulder freeze. Not exactly, but it's the same sort of pushing strength from here. All right, so this is a really big key. It helped me with power moves, it helped me with dynamic freezes, it helped me with really going from the ground to pretty much upside down. So don't overlook this. I know it's a shoulder freeze and you're combo into a shoulder freeze. Shoulder freeze. Trust me guys, it's really, really gonna benefit you. And at least work on some of the basic ones on the other side as well. But I'll leave that to you guys. Thank you once again for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you are new, subscribe to the channel. I've got loads more videos coming your way. Like the video if you like it. It really helps out the channel a lot, so I'd appreciate that. And I'm going to catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace.